are not just words but spiritual formulas used to influence secular conditions. The specific verses of Psalms in this video aligned with the condition needed resolved. The repeating of the verse strengthens the intention. O Lord, rebuke me not in thine anger, neither chasten me in thy hot displeasure. Have mercy upon me, O Lord, for I am weak. O Lord, heal me, for my bones are vexed. My soul is also sore vexed, but thou, O Lord, how long? Return, O Lord, deliver my soul. For in death there is no remembrance of thee, in the grave who shall give thee thanks? I am weary with my groaning. All the night make I my bed to swim. I water my couch with my tears. Mine eye is consumed because of grief. It waxeth old because of all mine enemies. Depart from me, all ye workers of iniquity, for the Lord hath heard the voice of my weeping. The Lord hath heard my supplication. The Lord will receive my prayer. Let all mine enemies be ashamed and sore vexed. Let them return and be ashamed suddenly. O Lord, rebuke me not in thine anger, neither chasten me in thy hot displeasure. Have mercy upon me, O Lord, for I am weak. O Lord, heal me, for my bones are vexed. My soul is also sore vexed, but thou, O Lord, how long? Return, O Lord, deliver my soul. For in death there is no remembrance of thee, in the grave who shall give thee thanks? I am weary with my groaning. All the night make I my bed to swim. I water my couch with my tears. Mine eye is consumed because of grief. It waxeth old because of all mine enemies. Depart from me, all ye workers of iniquity, for the Lord hath heard the voice of my weeping. The Lord hath heard my supplication. The Lord will receive my prayer. Let all mine enemies be ashamed and sore vexed. Let them return and be ashamed suddenly. O Lord, rebuke me not in thine anger, neither chasten me in thy hot displeasure. Have mercy upon me, O Lord, for I am weak. O Lord, heal me, for my bones are vexed. My soul is also sore vexed, but thou, O Lord, how long? Return, O Lord, deliver my soul. For in death there is no remembrance of thee, in the grave who shall give thee thanks? I am weary with my groaning. All the night make I my bed to swim. I water my couch with my tears. Mine eye is consumed because of grief. It waxeth old because of all mine enemies. Depart from me, all ye workers of iniquity, for the Lord hath heard the voice of my weeping. The Lord hath heard my supplication. The Lord will receive my prayer. Let all mine enemies be ashamed and sore vexed. Let them return and be ashamed suddenly. O Lord, rebuke me not in thine anger, neither chasten me in thy hot displeasure. Have mercy upon me, O Lord, for I am weak. O Lord, heal me, for my bones are vexed. My soul is also sore vexed, but thou, O Lord, how long? Return, O Lord, deliver my soul. For in death there is no remembrance of thee, in the grave who shall give thee thanks? I am weary with my groaning. All the night make I my bed to swim. I water my couch with my tears. Mine eye is consumed because of grief. It waxeth old because of all mine enemies. Depart from me, all ye workers of iniquity, for the Lord hath heard the voice of my weeping. The Lord hath heard my supplication. The Lord will receive my prayer. Let all mine enemies be ashamed and sore vexed. Let them return and be ashamed suddenly. O Lord, rebuke me not in thine anger, neither chasten me in thy hot displeasure. Have mercy upon me, O Lord, for I am weak. O Lord, heal me, for my bones are vexed. My soul is also sore vexed, but thou, O Lord, how long? Return, O Lord, deliver my soul. For in death there is no remembrance of thee, in the grave who shall give thee thanks?
Divine rising, divine rising. Greetings, greetings, greetings. I could not figure out the right start on this. I really need someone to do this for me. It is difficult at sometimes. Divine rising. Thank you for being part of this. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's get started in 1 minute. I'm taking some notes. I went down a rabbit hole because of a question from Nicole or an actual uh, video she sent me. And so I wanted to do some research on it so I can get some clarity to the community. I like it when you guys send me things because it allows me to really formulate thoughts on it and then be able to receive downloads and give to the collective what I'm receiving about a particular subject. We're entering a new stage of knowledge, and so we want to investigate a few things. So how are you guys doing today? Divine rising to everyone. I want to get some business out of the way first before we begin on our talk of us, why we're the aliens and why we're already here. So this is going to continue a conversation that Nicole brought to my attention. I appreciate it when you guys send me things. I'm just doing some quick notes on some things. I appreciate when you guys send me stuff because it is stuff that we can talk about and that we can expand on. I I get it. A lot of people can't jump in the morning, but the views are good. People are checking this out later, and I appreciate that. So thank you. Thumbs up the video. Please like it. So if you're not a subscriber, subscribe so you have the notifications. Set your notifications so that you can know when I'm going live. I try to go live every morning at 8:15 Eastern Standard Time. I'm running a little late today because, as I said, I was actually down a rabbit hole on some information one of our community members shared with me, and I wanted to share my thoughts and see if I got any downloads regarding it, and it was a doozy. So we got some things that we need to do really quick. So just bear with me. I'm just straightening up my notes, so I'm not going to be reading. It's not going to be weird because the way it downloads is kind of crazy, and I always have to clean it up. It has spaces in it and stuff. So that's all I'm doing right now. We can begin in 1 minute. I'm almost done. How's everyone doing? So we talked about yesterday, we got some business that we need to get out of the way really quickly, right? We talked about those that are really a part of what we're trying to do here. Somebody asked me yesterday about what exactly is the Conscious Collective, who are the Conscious Collective members, and how is it actually structured? And the thing is that there are some people that are awakened. Let me see. Let me ask some comments. Oh, thank you, Nicole. Thank you. There are some people. What is the Conscious Collective, right? There are some people that are in and they are actively becoming aware they're working on their personal growth, and they are expanding their consciousness, right? They're not just a woke, they're actually expanding their consciousness. So the Conscious Collective consists of a lot of different phases of consciousness. Okay, the conscious collective community are those that are actively participating. They're engaging, they are questioning, and they're working towards being their highest version of themselves. And in that, they understand that they are here to help the community. They're here to help other people, and they do whatever they can to do that. And so I wanted to have a way of recognizing people in the Conscious Collective community and their level of support of what we're trying to do, either in their own personal growth by taking courses and contributing to what we're trying to do, with subjects and questions, and also those that are like, okay, financially, I like this, I want to help, I want to, I want you to continue producing this content, it helps me. And so I wanted to kind of recognize those individuals, because the Conscious Collective is not just, like you go join a church and you're a member of a church, right? The Conscious Collective is just people in different stages of their journey and their different stages of their life and their awareness. But there are individuals who are, more involved. I've been working with them a while. Sometimes they have taken mentorship classes. Sometimes, they have donated. They have helped in many different ways. I can always call on them. So I wanted a way to recognize them. And so we came up with the Order of Ascension. And I'm going to add this to the stage if I can do it right. All right. So when we look at the Orders of Ascension, right, it's not so much a hierarchy, but you do enter at one of the lower chakras. Okay. But it's not like, someone is above someone else, because you can work through all the Orders of Ascension, but you can also decide to work in a particular order. All right. So we have the founders. Those are the people that are actually have started the work, and they are done some initial things to help further the work. They've laid some foundation. They're laying the foundation in itself, and they're laying the foundation in the Conscious Collective. All right. Then we have the builders. They're actually working to build the organization, build the community. They're out doing things. Divine Rising, where have you been? FS Wealth Synergy. We missed you in the collective conversation. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for being part of this. We're going over, before we talk on our topic that Nicole brought to me about her experience with aliens, I wanted to explain, I wanted to give one of our community members their roses or their flowers or whatever they call it we're giving them, and explain why we do this. So there are different levels of Orders of Ascension. There's the architects. Those are individuals that are more involved, are working to make sure that we can keep this thing going, that we are working towards something. You have the alchemists, they're changing the energy of places. The oracles are the speakers, are the ones who are communicating. We have the seers and the ascended. So I wanted to recognize people, and the only way that happens is somebody recommends them, or I can recommend them, okay? Because I want to thank them. And so we did one yesterday, and then I got a message to give this other person. I hope I don't embarrass her. Let me just ask, is it okay that I do this in public? I think they know who I'm talking to. Well, you can text me if you want to continue. All right, because I didn't check with you first. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, we know who it is now. You know, when you driving with your boy and you say, "Oh man, that's the police behind us," right? And then you tell them, "Don't turn around, don't turn around," right? What do they do? What do they do? You driving, the police behind you, and you say, "Don't turn around, man." or or when you like, "Don't look now, don't look now," but there they at, there they at, right? And they look right at them. You're like, "Come on, man, did you just?" So here we go. Here we go. We're gonna recognize. I got a message that Nicole should be recognized because she has inspired a lot of people, and we want to thank her for being a part of what we're trying to do, understanding what we're trying to do, and then assisting us in this work. So what we are doing right now is that Nicole receives in certification of recognition. Nicole Johnson. Let me blow this up so I can read it. This is certifies that Nicole Johnson has established foundational alignment and is highly recognized with the title of founder for initiating, building, and anchoring the foundation of consciousness expansion and structural growth. So I will be emailing Nicole that. You can print that off. If you use your home printer, you're going to use a lot of ink, but I would say just do a color print, send the file to Staples, and Staples will send you a code that you can just print it out, and it's not that expensive. So we want to thank Nicole, show love and gratitude to Nicole for her assisting the Conscious Collective community in expanding their consciousness. All right. So we are totally grateful for that. We are true to this. This is not just entertainment. This is something that we're really consciously trying to work towards in aiding people in raising their consciousness. So I want to recognize that what we're doing, I take very seriously, and I am always grateful for those that individuals that understand that this is not just entertainment and not just a father for your brain. I want to give you something that's going to help you in your life journey. I want to give you something that's going to help you raise your vibration. All right. If I wanted to entertain you, I can be an entertainer. I have no problem being an entertainer, right? Because I know what people like. People, I know how to make people laugh. But what I'm trying to do is to expand your consciousness and help you grow, because that's the most important thing to me. And you brought up a good point, and that's what we're going to talk about today is question that you sent to me. If you know me, I'm always open to any conversation that you want to have. And I appreciate you having conversation because I know you're thinking. Even if I don't agree and I don't receive a download and doesn't resonate with me, we are working on our discernment. We're working on our third eye to know what is for us and what isn't for us. And there's a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot of stuff out there, and it's not necessarily for us, or we're not ready for it at the time. It doesn't resonate with me sometimes in my alignment, and sometimes it does. But I know you're thinking. I know you're aware. I know you're conscious. You know what I mean? You can't just, I don't care what team is playing. I literally, I don't, people. I don't care. It's baseball season. It's Easter. I don't care. I don't care because those are just distractions. And I know that it's hard for us to understand, but it's a purpose to all of this, right? Even if we just use the holidays, they just keep you running from holiday to holiday, right? From March Madness to St. Patty's Day to birthdays to Christmas to Easter, because it's about consumerism. Consumerism is a physical understanding of how you take someone's energy. Your energy, say money is energy. Well, we agree that money is energy, right? Okay, we agree money is called currency. Okay, we can understand that it's energy, right? And if they're taking your money, they're taking your energy, your means, you need your energy is the means by which you maneuver in life. It is the means by which you have your being, is your energy. And if you want to just take it on a physical term and say it's in your money, right? If I can keep taking your money, maybe people understand this. You may not understand your spiritual energy being sucked up, you know, but if I can just keep taking your money, keep taking your money, keep taking your money, I keep you working for that money. I keep you working for that money. Europe has already gone to a cashless society by 2027. I think they said that the use of money will be outlawed. The use of cash will be outlawed. It will be all digital, which means that they can track every penny now and also cut off you like that, your ability to get any kind of money. So you have to understand, maybe if you understand it from that way, that if the people say, what is the matrix? You're the matrix. You keep participating in this system that's constantly running you from one way to spend money to another way. It's Friday. Who all turning up on Friday? Who all turning up on Friday? Don't tell me you don't act like you don't know, because I've been there. I've been there. Okay. Fridays turn up, right? It's the weekend, baby. They have given us a break for a couple of days. Now we don't even get the break, because a lot of people just, weekdays don't even mean anything, because in weekends, because now people are working 2-3 jobs. They're actually are going from their second job. They have a bunch of jobs. They got to work on the weekend. Maybe they got to do some overtime. So it's the weekend. It's turn up time, right? It's turn up time. Let's go spend some money. Have you seen the price of liquor? Oh my God. I am so glad that God has rescued me from liquor. Like, Mama, you don't drink because you liquor's not unholy. You don't drink because it's expensive. maybe that's why I don't drink, because it's expensive. I mean, I'm driving down the street and they got Cavassier for $70. I'm like, what? Who would do that? Who would? Wow. I'll pass on that. Pass on that. Let him use you. Let him use you. I'm going everywhere. But if I can keep you celebrating, I can keep. What are you celebrating? I asked my brother today. He's like, man, it's the weekend. I'm about to turn. What are you celebrating? I'm celebrating the weekend. I'm celebrating I ain't got to work. Okay. Why don't you put that money in your pocket? All right. I wouldn't even say put it in the bank. Just hang on to it. Yep. And then you wonder why they have to. You wouldn't have to work as hard as you work if you would reduce your expenses. You are never going to catch up to your expenses. When a cell phone bill is $300, a cable bill is another $200. Your rent, I don't care. It's a collusion, because no matter where you rent at, it starts at $1,500. How's that possible? You can rent in the ghetto $1,500, and you can rent up here in a plush $1,500. Everything. How's everything $1,500? And then I got to have that new car. Right? I went to buy a car a couple of years ago, and the guy said, so what are you looking to pay? I said, I don't know, about $300, $350 a month. He got up and walked away. And I asked my son, what's he said, Dad, I don't know when you bought a car last, but ain't no car, you won't get no note for $300, $350. Now I understand the idea of a reliable car, but I would say buy a used car, because the financing is what is killing you. It is not the car note. It is the financing that is killing you. So you should always buy a used car or pay a car off. I know it feels good to the ego to have a new vehicle, but it is part of the system of keeping you in debt. And if you want to escape the matrix before it kills you, you need to make some changes. I'm losing people. I know I'm losing people. I'm losing people. Let's move on and do psychic readings. Psychic readings. Okay. I do this for myself. I will show you how you can do it for yourself. I will share how to do psychic readings. I do not do psychic readings, but I will show you how to do psychic readings. I'm going to do this psychic reading for myself. You can participate and be a part of this, but I do not do psychic readings. I will show you how to read yourself. Okay. So let's start. Let's start. This is upside down, and we're looking at the shift. We see the shift that's upside down. Okay. And let's see what it says about the shift. We're going to do a 5-card reading. The 5-card reading is the first card is the past energy. The second card is your current energy. The third card is your future energy. The fourth card is what do you need to let go to make things happen in your future energy. And then the last card, what do you need to do to make things happen in your fifth energy? That's how you do a 5-card reading, okay? So we look at the shift. Y'all got me on a rant early in the morning. Early in the morning. Miracles, divine intervention, the end of stagnation, and divine inspiration is here now. Drawing this card signifies an aha moment or a sudden change in any situation that has been stuck or blocked. A welcome change or answer you have been seeking is here now. Meditate on this symbol when you're feeling stuck, unsure which way to go, or having a blocked creativity. It came in upside down, so I think this was a past realization to me of an aha moment. And I'm going to share that with the Conscious Collective in the future. I did have an aha moment, how I can really illustrate the power of divine connection, how I can really share the gift of being in alignment. I'm going to share that with the collective. So that's that aha moment. That's that past energy. Let's look at the future energy. The current energy, which is again upside down, is good fortune. Why's my good fortune coming in upside down? Good fortune. That good fortune is number 13. No matter what you query, the universe gives you its blessing. This is also a powerful time for manifestation. So ask now for what you want, and more of your life is granted. Acknowledge the blessings in your life, and more will appear. This is the pagan symbol of blessing, the magical symbol for blessing and good fortune, like a horseshoe. This was what's this shift symbol for? Shift was 09. I'm going to read these cards right side up because they're speaking to me right side up. Even if they are coming in upside down, I'm going to read them right side up because they're really resonating with me in a lot of ways. This was a symbol of breakthrough. The Gaza is a Norse rune, D-A-G-A-Z. It is the last rune of the Futhark, F-U-T-H-A-R-K, Futhark, which is the oldest form of rune alphabet and literally means day. This means day. This rune is a symbol of fulfillment and achievement. The rebirth of the light in the one's life. It is the rune of the awakening of the dawn and the day rise. We're gonna work on that. We're gonna work on that. Don't give it away. Don't give it away. We are gonna work on that. It's part of a surprise that I want to share, but I'm working on it. Okay, I am working on it. All right. psychic. That's why I'm reading these numbers up, right? Because they are speaking so true on something I'm working on. All right, psychic, right? That's the energy of psychic. We look at the Versi Pisces. I think this is the Versi Pisces symbol. Let's see. 48. Intuition. Maybe I should hold it up. Intuition, impacted gifts, psychic visions, prophecy, and a powerful dreaming are present. You now have access to greater wisdom beyond what the human can see. This is the time of great awakening. New psychic abilities and gifts come to you. Now, see the sacredness in your vision. Pay attention to your dreams and the symbols that are repeating as messages. Meditate on the symbol when you want to expand your healing, creative dreaming, and the psychic ability. I used to feel some kind of way because people would ask for me to read them, but when I would read, it would feel like it was pertaining to me, which is part of my philosophy. That when people say what the problem is, I say the problem is you. When they say, what about this situation? What's about that situation? I'm always back to your responsibility, your self-authority. That's part of my philosophy. So whenever I would read, it felt like it was about me. And so that's why I didn't like reading for people. But now I'm doing this reading for me, and it resonates so strongly with me. I want to show other people how to read themselves and get guidance in their own life and not have to go. I am totally against gatekeeping. I'm totally against. We have to stop going outside of ourselves. All the answers to everything are within us. And this is what our talk is going to be about today, right? We are the aliens. We're here. We have already been here. We have always been here. And I'm going to break it down to a way that maybe that it will be more clarity on it. But this resonates very strongly with me. If you want to know how to read, please tap into some of the things that I'm offering to help you. Well, we are in a way, but the problems are just lessons. So the thing is that if you learn the lesson, right, you won't have the situations again. The thing is that we keep repeating the same lesson because we have intention, which is our willpower, which is like, I'm going to do what I want to do, as opposed to doing what's best for me, yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. It shows up as a problem because we refuse to learn the lesson. Life is always about lesson. Everything you went through, it won't all matter. None of it's going to matter 100 years from now. Anything that you think is going on right now won't matter in 100 years. Things that bothered you when you were little don't matter now. So what is the whole point of this? The whole point is that we learn energetically the things that we're supposed to know, and we take those lessons onto other lives, and we keep trying to raise our consciousness. The only thing that matters, that maintains, that is constant, is your consciousness. Your body's going to keep going through the stage of physical development, right? Until it's no more. But your consciousness will remain. Your consciousness is energy that can either be created or destroyed. It exists already. And we're going to have to learn how important that consciousness is, and when we're learning our lessons. Let's pull card number 5. And we're looking at the veil. What do I need to let go for more of my psychic gifts and abilities to come true? What do I need to let go? All right. And it's the veil. Okay. So let's see what letting go of the veil means. 38. I got to thank you guys. You really guys help me grow. You really do. Just the questions and the things that you share, and The ability that's just to share space with you is actually what helps me grow too. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. The 38th the veil. All is not being revealed at this time. What do I need to let go? All is not being revealed at this time. Is someone around you holding back information or an aspect of themselves? Please use caution in receding ahead, or perhaps the mask is inviting you to be more protective of what you share. What do I need to let go? Drawing another card for clarification in your next right action. You can meditate on this mask to achieve altered states of awareness and encourage hidden abilities to the surface of your consciousness. What do I need to let go? I need to let go of the secrecy. Let's pull the next card for more clarity. We normally pull 5 cards, right? One is, what is the past energy? What is the current energy? What is the future energy? And what do I need to let go for the future energy to be more prominent? But we're going to pull another card for clarity on what is the veil meaning, okay? And we pull knowledge. Ooh, knowledge. Now, let me just take a side note. Sometimes when you're doing readings, a lot of people do this until a card pops out, right? And then, think the idea is that the universe wants you to add that, to read that card. I just pulled from the top because I got it like that. All right, knowledge. All right. So we're trying to look for an answer to what secret. The veil told us that everything is not being revealed. I wanted to know what to let go. And it said everything's not being revealed. So then it said pull another card. We're going to look at knowledge, which is card 34. Now, these may not be what you use, right? This is what resonates with me, all right? A lot of, you have to find what resonates with you when you're doing your psychic readings, or you're practicing tapping into your spiritual gift to be able to read, right? Find what resonates with you. It's so many ways. I think, Nicole, you use, what do you call them? Wands? Put what they're called, Nicole. And sometimes you have to find decks. I've got a lot of different decks, right? And I got plenty of decks. But the thing is, they didn't all resonate with me. These cards, divining rods, that's what they are. Nicole said divining rods, right? These are what resonated with me. These all seeing eye cards, all right? And I know why they resonate with me, because of my Egyptian heritage, right? This resonates with me. All right, let's look at 34. Remain teachable. So when I asked what the veil was, it's telling me to remain teachable. And I live in learning. Can we put I live in learning? Put that in the chat. Put it in on your wall. Live in learning. I live in learning. Remain teachable. There's new wisdom available to you at this time. This card can signify getting more information before proceeding. Okay. This can also signify the presence of an important teacher. People always want to know, who is my teacher? I've gotten that question a couple of times, right? And I can say that I've learned from a lot of people, not only other spiritual teachers, but just maybe a guy, I met briefly, who said something that was very instructional, or even some drunk or somebody that that you wouldn't think would have any knowledge can be very, thank you. I live in learning, can be very open, can teach you something. When you're open to learning, the universe becomes your instructor, your mentor, your teacher, right? I may be just communicating and sharing right now, but when you reach a level of being just open to learning, the universe becomes your mentor, and you receive downloads, and you receive information that that other people may miss because they're not open to learning. They don't live in learning. So my mentor is the universe. I don't want to sound like, God is my mentor. I don't want to sound like that, but I see lessons and knowledge in everything. I said before that when I see a butterfly or I see a crow, I go Google that. I go look at what the spiritual meaning in that. I'm always open to being mentored, to being learning. And when you do that, the universe becomes your mentor. So you might have heard me and then you're like, okay, I resonate with some things he's saying, right? And then you listen, but I want you to get to the point where God is your mentor. God is the one that you connect with. And I'm not talking about I heard God say, dude. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about experiencing God. And then from that experience of it, be able to lead your life in a more enlightened way. I always share that God stands for good, orderly direction. Whenever you ask me what my feelings is about something, I look to nature for the answer, right? What do you think about this? What do you think about that, right? The answers are already given to us. All we have to be is observant of it, right? We have to be aware of it. Every answer that we want is already available. There are no new questions. There are no new questions out here, all right? It's just things that we haven't observed. They've already been answered. And we just need to observe them in everything that you do. Observe it, and you'll have the answer to everything. If you have a problem, go take a walk in nature. I was reading the other day that there is a chemical in soil that when you work in soil and you get dirt under your nails, there's a chemical in there that aids in, is an antidepressant, right? If you are depressed, dig your hand in the dirt. See, the thing is, they can't teach you that because they can't sell dirt. They can sell a pill, but they can't sell dirt, right? And so I'm like, all these people that are talking about depression, when they already recognize scientifically that there's a chemical in there, in the dirt, that will alleviate depression. All you have to do is put your hands in the dirt. Google it, you'll see. But they can't sell that. See, we're part of this ecological system. So our medicine is in the food and in the planet. Because we part of it. We're not separate from it. So our medicine and our healing is in the planet. Again, we keep going outside of ourselves when the knowledge is right there in us. So to answer the question, who is my mentor? The universe is my mentor because I'm open to being mentored. I'm open to learning. Greetings, greetings, greetings. I'm open to learning. I don't know how many people are in here because they never show me. It can also signify the presence of an important teacher, or perhaps you are the teacher, and it is time to share your knowledge and gifts with the world around you. Drawing this card can also indicate a message from your Akasha records, seeking out more information about the records, or even perhaps how to access your own records for more clarity regarding your query. Meditate on this card and learn new things to draw the right teachers into your life. Records. Books are forever keepers of secrets and knowledge and document fact, fiction, and all in between. So all this told me was to dig deeper into me. What can I use to aid me in more of my gifts? to dig deeper into me. All right, that was a little side note. Okay. And what do I need to let go? Or what do I need to bring in? What do I need to bring in to aid me in my gifts? Ooh. Death. I have a hard time saying death. All right. Us is that no, this does not mean the end. It means change. Death is always represented as change. In any tarot deck, in anything, it is not an end. It's always a change. And it's a beautiful change. Death is just a doorway if you've been doing the right things, okay? So, what do I need to bring in? Oh, that's interesting. 36. The noticeable end of a cycle or situation. Grieving, mourning, and loss is all in order to heal. It's time to watch the old way leave itself in the past. Allow feelings of grief or sadness to move through you with ease. Meditate on this card when you want to honor an ending, loss, or letting go in your life with grace. Without death, there is no life, and vice versa. The skull of the symbol of rose, the skull and rose as a symbol that all is sacred in life and death. We have talked a lot in my own personal journey of stepping more into the gifts and my ability. All right. We've communicated that a lot, and this kind of all represent that as I move forward more into my psychic abilities, right? Secrets and renewal. Okay. To let go of the past and to be more true to who I am. Okay. It was challenging for me to wear my crowns because I'm always concerned with the ego. I'm always concerned with the ego. All right. I don't want people to think that this is an egotistical thing, right? To me, it's never been. I've been accused, "Are you so conceited? You this and this, that." Well, you really don't understand that at a point in my life, people used to put me down. I grew up in the foster care system, no mother, no father, moving from group home. I spent a lot of time as a runaway, leaving bad situations and in the streets. And so I had to really build myself up. Okay. Thank you, sister. I really had to encourage myself. Some of us, we have to do that. We have to, encourage ourselves because a lot of people around us are not very encouraging. I've been told some horrible things. I mean, the physical abuse was one thing. I mean, physical abuse is one thing. But when you're talking about mental abuse can sometimes be worse than physical abuse. It can hit harder than someone hitting you with a fist, right? Sometimes people can tell you stuff and say things that can last longer than what you when someone hits you, right? That pain may go away. Let me ask you, like when someone slaps you, right? It ain't the pain. It ain't the pain, right? Because that pain goes away. It's the disrespect. That's why people don't like being slapped. That's why you rather punch a person than slap them. All right. Because a slap is a disrespect, right? A punch, okay, it's going down, all right? Or I'm running away, whatever your flight and fight response is, right? But when people get slapped, you like in a moment of shock for a moment, like, how dare you? How dare you? And so a lot of times the mental abuse is what gets people. It is not always the physical abuse. I've been whipped and beaten. I don't know what's wrong with Black people and that biblical spare the rod and spoil the child. Please, people, stop hitting children. Stop hitting children. I made that mistake. I wasn't abusive, but I regret even raising my hands to my children. All right, how you hit something you love? Well, I'm trying to help it be better. No, you can do. You need to think. You need to use your brain. Because all you're doing is to teach it to lie and to deceive to avoid pain. That's what your Christian teaching is about. That's what your Christian teaching about. punishment and reward. So you don't raise good people. You raise people who learn how to manipulate. It's that simple. You're not training nobody up good. You are learning, teaching them how to manipulate situations so they can get a reward or they can avoid a punishment. So that's why people are not good, because they're doing things to avoid a punishment or avoid a reward, when you should be doing things because it's the right thing to do. But since you don't take the time to really grow an individual or teach a child, you want the most immediate response, right? So you go beat them. Who used to beat you if you grew up in America as a Black American? Who used to beat you when they wanted you to act right? I'm writing down these numbers because I'm working on something for the collective. All right. Who went and got the switch? The most horrible story I ever heard is this guy would take his wife out into the woods to whip her. When he was unhappy with her somewhere down south, right? He would take her into the woods and whip her. To me, I cannot get that image out of my mind of somebody, come on, Judy Ann, a grown woman, and she following you into the woods so you can whip her. Crazy work, ain't it? Crazy work when you think of it like that, right? Well, I mean, same way you whip your children. It should be a better way of dealing with it. We should not hit other people. It should be a better way of dealing with it, And I've raised daughters. If you have any girls, girls can be challenging. They can be challenging, very challenging. All right, very challenging. Something about that feminine energy is a whole nother level. Whole nother level of things, right? So let's get into our subject matter at hand really quickly. I want to talk to you guys about something Nicole sent me. I think, Nicole, you were sending me something about, and I had it here. You wanted me to go to hold on, let me see if I can bring it up. You were talking about some energy bill relief that the government is enacting. Okay, that they are trying to give us some relief for the high energy costs, and they're passing a bill to give us relief on our high energy costs. That these data centers are the ones running up. Ain't it crazy? Ain't it crazy that your neighbor runs up the bill and they're running up the bill, but you're paying the bill? The data centers they're building here in Georgia, they're not paying the bill. It's passed on to the consumer. We're paying for the extra use of these data centers, these sweetheart deals that they got all these data centers hooked up with, right? But you sent me something about how they're going to try to help us with the energy bill. Am I right or wrong? Is that what what you were trying to communicate? So it says several legislation actions regarding energy are active. The proposed Federal Energy Bills Relief Act aims to lower utility costs by boosting wind and solar regulation, AI data centers. The House passed a 225 One Big Beautiful bill aimed at repealing clean energy, and you said something about it being put into, that's proof that extraterrestrials are on their way, or something along those lines. It's hard sometimes to really get into. One of the ways of knowing is when clean energy is being introduced to the public. We're about to meet them soon. They're going to be mad bass, mark my words. Okay. So we got to look for discernment on that, all right? I went and when you guys send me stuff, I do go look it up and I try to get an understanding of it, right? So first thing is that The Trump administration will pay a French company $1 billion in taxpayer funds to not build wind farms. Okay. The Trump, and so let me get over to here, right? In March 2026, the Trump administration announced a $928 million deal to pay the French energy giant Total Energies to cancel its planned offshore wind project. This pay not to play. They don't want them to build it. Scheme is the first of its kind, effectively reimbursing the company for leasing it held off the coast of New York and North Carolina. It's going to be $1 billion, $928 million. The agreement is that they will not build wind projects. The council wind farms are expected to produce enough. They were expected to produce enough power to approximate 1.3 million homes. I want you to first understand they don't give a damn about you. I mean, we got you. Oh my God. We have to really get that in our heads as enlightened individuals. This system, no one in it, no elites, no Calvins, no one or Stephens, none of them give a damn about you. They want you to hurry up and die. If you don't get up in the morning realizing that they want you to hurry up and die, that they care nothing about your well-being, they care nothing about your connection, they care less about you than you eating a chicken bone. You eat chicken, you eat animals, right? Those animals have connections to other animals. Some of them are highly intelligent. Some have shown compassion, right? And you'll strip a leg in a minute. You care nothing about that consciousness of that being. You will strip that leg in a minute. You put some hot sauce on it and get that crunch going, right? Caring nothing about the consciousness of that animal. This is what they think of you. There is no plan, no indication of any plan in anything they have done that shows they care anything about you. Anything that you think is helping you, you're reading it the wrong way. Your religion is a lie. Your school systems are a lie. Your whole life has been a lie to keep recycling you through. To keep pushing you through so you come back again and they can get more energy out of you. Not only in your labor, if you just want to think about physically, not only in your labor, your slaving, your hard work. You don't even have to think about it spiritually. Your job don't give a damn about you. You are not important. When are we going to understand this? We first have to understand the situation before we can change the situation. They care little about your well-being, if any. You are just part of this whole system of control. You got a group of people in front of your eyes not being paid, and these people cannot do nothing but stand there and take it. They don't even use grease when they screwing people. At least some people should rub a little grease around it. They don't care. Raw dogging you and tossing you away. And the same way that you can do that to an animal is the same way they think about you. That's the best analogy I can explain. Now, I'm not promoting veganism. I'm saying you should be a conscious eater because it's not for me to tell you what your body needs. But when you're a conscious eater, sometimes your body will reject certain things. And as you raise your vibration, your body energy says, I can't do that anymore. I'm serious. I don't know how else to explain it to you. All right. I don't tell people, oh, you should be a vegan. That's not my job. My job is to explain to you, right, the different levels of consciousness. And when you raise a certain thing, sometimes things turn you off. Like alcohol just turned me off. I was joking earlier about the price. If I was drinking, I wouldn't care what the price was. Drinkers don't care what the price are. They're going to get their drink. Okay? All right? The thing is that when you start doing your work in your consciousness and you start to raise your vibration, some things just don't resonate anymore with you. That energy doesn't sit well with you. But to think that there's somebody outside of you, we got to get away from this coming to save me. Something's coming to help me. That help comes from within. And we got to start recognizing that there's nothing outside of us that gives a damn about you. Your electric bill, $300, $400, too bad, so sad. There are people in Georgia here that don't even have electricity in their homes. They work till it gets dark. Welcome back to the 1940s, 20s, 1800s, whatever. You work till it gets dark. You can't buy any batteries. Them batteries cost a little money. If this has not demonstrated, if this administration has not demonstrated more than any other time, even I would even say, oh, well, you're a Democrat. No. They don't give a damn either. They don't give a damn either. They're proving over and over again they don't give a damn. Your politics are lies. Your politics are lies. There are people that come up there and just lie to you every day about situations and get in there and they go against their own self-interest. People are saying that with Trump. Trump promised a bunch of things and now they all upset. He was lying like every politician. They all lies. They care nothing of you. You have to care about yourself. And we need to understand that. We need to understand that. That's the first lesson that you really need to grasp, is that everything you hear coming out the mouths of the Anunnaki, the reptilians, the elitists, the Stephens, I named every group now. We have what we used to call raccoons in the spiritual space. We gonna just call them Stevens from the movie Django. Just call them the Stevens. All right. Those are the ones that should be aiding our conscious growth, but have decided that they want to go with the winning side, what they assume is the winning side. And they want to sell you out. They want to sell you out. So we have the Stevens, then we have the elitists who hired the Stevens, right? Those are the ones, the Stevens are the ones that you interact with every day, right? You may come across an elite every now and then or see them on TV. Those are the politicians. Those are the captains of industries. Those are the elitists, right? And there's levels in there too. But then above the elitists are the reptilians. They're the overlords of this planet. They're the ones that were left here to maintain it for the Anunnakis. Pretty simple to understand. You are a Gaian. You have the framework of this human being, right? You are the raw material. You are lower than low. You mean nothing in the vastness of the system. No one is working towards for your betterment. Please understand that. So in that, understanding how this actually works, I hope I gave you a physical understanding of that hierarchy. And I hope I've explained to you that you actually create your reality, whether you participate in that system or not. It's what your participation is what fuels the system. You're actually a piece of coal that I'm trying to turn into a diamond. So you have to understand that as you go to 4D, you're stripping away all that keeps you from being your higher self. So I wanted to get into something that Nicole has often shared with me about her experience with extraterrestrials, and lately the orbs. Remember we were seeing the orbs? We were seeing the orbs and people were seeing these objects in the sky and you're not seeing them anymore. I know so much stuff happens that people forget stuff, you know. they were saying about the TSA strike. No one's going to remember this. No one's going to remember this because they just keep like a water hose, just keep pouring water in your mouth that you can't even drink. You can't even drink. So no one's going to remember all the crap. They don't remember the last crap we went through. Now you're going through some more crap because they keep just oversaturating you with information every day, every day, every day. While you in survival mode, you can barely grasp anything else going on around you. So we had these orbs making appearances. Everyone was seeing them, or a lot of people were seeing them. The government came out and said, oh, they were droids, you know. They were people mistaking them for airplane. We had a guy who, a professional pilot, he mistaked Venus for a droid. I don't know how you do that, you know, but they made him say it was the planet Venus and not really a droid that he saw. Okay, so we need to understand I'm trying to figure out where to start with this at. And I'm going to lose my comments for a second because I need to bring up my notes. All right. And I think we're ready to understand this, right? I think we really are ready to fully understand this. If we say reality itself is a projection of consciousness, they have proven that through a scientific experiment called the slit experiment. You hear me talk about it a lot, where they observed a beam of light. And when you didn't observe the beam of light, it went through a slit. But when you observed it, it bounced off the panel. Some went through the slit, some bounced off, right? They discovered that by the observing of it, you actually change the reality. You actually can change something by your observing of it, your intention. We call it spirituality is your intention can change something, right? So reality is just a projection of your consciousness. And this is why I say that you are the traffic. You are fueling the reality that you say that you dislike or want to escape from. We look at traffic in the sense of street of other people, and we fail to recognize that we are actually the traffic there too. We are a reflection of each other, so we are the traffic. You are fueling this reality through your perception of it. And that's why they feed you constantly negative things and overstimulate your lower chakras, your survival, your scarcity, your separation. These are lower chakra traits. These are what give you your identity, but these are also lessons that you need to overcome as you move into your higher heart chakra of oneness with all. So if reality is a projection that we are projecting out, right? We understand that extraterrestrial life, alien life, is not separate physical beings, but expressions or projection of our own consciousness. They're not aliens outside. They are what we are projecting that is internal to us. We are a mirror of the universe. The universe does not exist outside of you. It exists within you. You are the total compass of the universe inside of you. You're like that Doctor Strange machine or Doctor Who machine. I don't know if you used to watch this English show where he had a box and the box was bigger on the inside than it was on the outside. So what we see as extraterrestrials are not outside of us, but are projections of us. Let me explain why, right? If you look at us reaching another planet, another star system, an inhabitable life, extraterrestrial, physically, right? Nothing can travel faster than the speed of light. Because when things move at the faster, and I'm not a physics, but the way I understand it is that the faster something moves, the heavier it gets. Right? So when you reach the point of light speed, the weight is so heavy that it actually slows it down. You cannot break the speed of light because of it becomes so heavy. I don't know why. That's just what they say. So We know we can't go past the speed of physical light of light. We can't go past of light. A physical object can't go past the speed of light. That means that to reach another extraterrestrial, or for them to reach us, will take billions and billions of lifetimes, or quantifiable lengths of lives. So if everything physically has a limit to its existence physically, then you could never reach anything, or nothing can ever reach you using that means of connection back and forth. So if we encounter aliens, how long ago did they leave their planet of origin to reach us? And that means they would never go back to their planet of origin in their own lifetime. I know I'm getting into the weeds, but we need to understand that you're not going to travel to any extraterrestrial place, and no extraterrestrial place is going to travel here. But contact does not happen through physical contact. It happens through awareness, through the raising of consciousness. If reality is a projection of your consciousness, this is the thing behind quantum theory, that reality, we affect reality, we influence reality. And the matrix is the framework on which we project our reality. A lot of people confuse what the matrix is. They say, oh, the matrix is evil. The matrix is just the screen. It is just the projection that we project reality on. We are the projector. They use us to project this reality that we live in. So distance is not what you think it is. Distance and consciousness are not the same thing. Light is consciousness. The physical distance you have to move between something is not measured in the idea of the physicality. It can be measured in consciousness. So separation right now is a perception. I can make a movement here and you see it instantly. How's that possible? When I am X amount of miles away from you. There's no delay normally, but whatever you do instantly, whatever you do just gets translated instantly. That's because of our perception. So let's look at extraterrestrial as conscious expressions. Extraterrestrials are not physical travels crossing space. It's just not physically possible. Aliens are not physical travelers crossing great distances. This is another lie you've been told. It is not physically possible. I don't care how many moons you shoot off, how many, it is just space. Space is infinite. It doesn't stop. There's no limit to it. And the nearest inhabitable place could be light years and light years away. Even just getting to the moon takes 3 days. I want to challenge you to think of extraterrestrials as other forms of intelligence operating at different frequencies, levels of dimensions of perception. They're structured within a larger consciousness field. So what you are encountering as you raise your consciousness and your vibration are other beings in that consciousness field, not coming from somewhere else, but a part of the consciousness of the universe, the oneness of its all. You don't go anywhere and they don't go anywhere. We tune into the frequency of what we consider extraterrestrials, other dimensions. We raise our vibration and we tune into that frequency. Your alien contact is actually your consciousness alignment, your perception shift, and your understanding. It doesn't operate in propulsion, speed, or physical movement. The reason you see it as humanoid or as light beings or geometric forms is because that is the way your brain interprets what you're seeing. As you raise your consciousness, as you raise your vibration, and you come in contact with other unknown things, your brain has to make sense of it. And you see it in either some geometric form, maybe you see it in light being, or you see it even as a humanoid. We represent starseeds as various different humanoids, but it's not about their physicality. We look more at their characteristics and their trait, their energy field, and our brain interprets them in certain ways. This is how our contact with extraterrestrials happen. When we're able to raise our vibration, right, to such a level, we enter that consciousness field. And then we see what's called the Galactic Council of Light or the Galactic Federation. We see other aliens. We see other extraterrestrials because we have raised our consciousness. Do you know that your eye doesn't see the whole visual spectrum? It only sees this much compared to this much. But we have instruments that can see this much. Bees actually see more variations than you do in the light spectrum. Insects see more variations than you do. So that proves that our limit of perception is so small. And you apply that to our limit of consciousness. Consciousness is very small. But as we expand our vibration, as we raise our consciousness, as we become more into our higher consciousness, our perception grows. If we understand God as the highest frequency of love, of energy, right? You cannot see God in lower vibrational energy. You cannot experience it in lower vibrational energy. You have to actually raise your consciousness to experience it. And it's the same way when encountering anything else. It is not about the distance. The distance is impossible to cross. But your consciousness becomes part of a larger consciousness field. And you actually create that reality through your consciousness. It becomes a feedback loop. Your human expectation shapes your perception of how that experience appears to you. That barrier to contact is not distance. It is the awareness, the perception, and the state of consciousness. This is why they don't want you to expand your consciousness. This is why they don't want you to get high. You can get high now because they took all the enlightening mechanisms out of that plant and left the most negative aspect of that plant. That lethargicness, that drool down your lip. When that plant was really meant to alter your consciousness. So you can see more than just what your physical eyes perceive, that you were open to receiving other visions and sights. So I said all this to kind of reinforce that we are not looking and seeing things come to us from outer space. We're actually entering a consciousness field where we're projecting those things into our reality. Discovery Day or Disclosure Day, where we are supposed to encounter extraterrestrials. This is a Steven Spielberg movie. Oh, how are we supposed to encounter extraterrestrial as something coming outside of us, right? Nothing is coming from outside of us. We got to let this go. God is not outside of you. Extraterrestrial is not outside of you. The universe is not outside of you. You are the encompass of everything, and everything resides in you. And if I can keep you focusing on outside of you, then you're not focusing on inside of you where everything happens. Where your perception is what governs everything in your reality. There are no extraterrestrials coming from anywhere but your higher perception, your altered reality, your connection to a higher field of consciousness. So when people tell me, oh, well, these aliens are coming, I try to correct them to understand that they're already here. They're not coming. My consciousness of being a Blu-ray starseed, right, is something I tapped into that was already there. You're already there. You just have to tap into that energy. You have to tap into that field of consciousness. And as we raise our vibration, as we do the work, as we clear our traumas, as we align ourselves more to that direct divine energy, our consciousness become higher, then we become aware of the vastness of everything that exists in the universe. Let me change caps really quick. We had Nicole talk about which one. Let me mix it up. I ask that the Conscious Collective, along with liking these videos, setting your notification, commenting, engaging with me. As part of that engagement, please tell me which kufi I will be wearing. Which one did you say, Nicole? We honored Nicole today with her gray and black. Correct. I'm sorry, I didn't see your comments. I was looking at my notes. So we're talking about extraterrestrial life and our connection with it, that it does not come from outside of you. You meet it through you. You meet extraterrestrial life, aliens, higher beings, ascended masters through the work that you do. They don't come to you. You connect with it in that higher consciousness field. So I hope that resonated with someone. I think we have a fundamentally misunderstanding because we've been lied to that life is coming here. We're never going to contact any life in that way. It's just not physically possible. But when you enter a higher consciousness field, you transcend the physicality. This is what remote viewing is about. This is what the physical, the spirit, the psychic practice that we do. We're tapping into something greater. I want to share with the collective again Nicole's certification of recognition for support of what she's been doing and how she contributes to help others come into higher states of consciousness. So we offer a certificate of being a founder. There are different levels, different aspects of what we do here. So you can go and see the video about that. This is not something we do just for strictly entertainment. This is a way of actually helping people raise their vibration. But I also want to say that one of the ways that you can continue to work, I do offer mentorship in that aspect, helping people clear their chakras and raising their consciousness. But if a mentorship does not work with you right now, if you don't understand, I don't say see, but understand the value of what it's going to bring into your life, or how it's going to expand your consciousness, right? I invite you to download a free a free coloring book, one sheet coloring paper of sacred symbols. We use them as mandalas. If you understand what a mandala is, it's a way of focusing, right? Tapping into higher parts of your being, right? Download this as a sheet and work yourself through it. It's a free download. You can work yourself through it using different color pens and pencils and just start from the inside and working your way out. This is the spiritual sacred symbol, or the sacred symbol of the Taurus, Taurus, all right? It's a 3D dimensional, but I'm presenting it in 2D. And you understand consciousness, we got 1D, 2D, 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D, 7D. Some say all the way to 12D, but this is presented in a 1D aspect, but it's actually represented in a 3D aspect. So definitely download that free. We have 3 up now. I'm gonna try to get more up. Right, we have this one is up. Again, you begin these by coloring in the beginning. They all are represented in 1D, but they are actually 3D. As you develop them, as you work on them, it helps expand your consciousness. It resonates with a deeper sense of yourself. If you don't do the mentorship, if you don't do the other work, right, this is a way to start the work, and it helps you grow in your consciousness, if that's making any sense. This is the Metatron Cube, another way that you can continue to expand your consciousness and work towards higher states of vibrational energy. So today we've been talking about what aliens actually are. We are the aliens. They do not exist outside of us. We enter that consciousness field, and then through that consciousness field, we observe and we use our own perception to create what we're seeing. But the only way you get there is through your higher consciousness. You don't get there on a rocket ship. That rocket is not going anywhere. That rocket, oh my God, that rocket can't go nowhere. It will take millions and billions of years. Greetings. It's been a while, knowledge, wisdom, and truth. We went over a lot. Maybe rewind the video. We went over a lot. But thank you for joining us. Right? Kind of wrapping it up now. I was sharing with the collective these free color sheets that you can download. The link is in the description. They're going to aid you in helping you expand your consciousness through a color, kind of a mandala type thing. All right? It's kind of a mandala type practice, where the concentration and focus allows your consciousness to expand, right? And then you have a better understanding of what I was talking about, that there are no aliens outside of us, right? They all exist as part of us entering a higher consciousness vibrational field. They're already there. They're not coming from anywhere. They're already there. You just have to raise your vibration to have that contact. This is with anything. It's not coming from anywhere. It's within us already. And the only reason we don't have access is because we keep looking outside of ourselves instead of understanding that we are the creators of it as we connect with it. So it was a good conversation, I thought. I hope a lot was shared. I hope that it resonates with people in their life journey and aids them in some kind of way. Again, there are tools to help you if you don't take the mentorship course. There are actually free tools and free things that are going to aid you with that. We're going to start again Monday, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We do it with, we've been doing some psychic readings, and I've been collecting the numbers off those readings because I want to actually demonstrate something that may resonate with a lot of people as we go through a very troubling financial time. A lot of the cards that I pull, they have numbers on them. And we're going to be using these numbers. All right. You're quite welcome to aid us. And I'm going to show you guys something that may be a little, I don't know. You just have to receive it the way you receive it. But I think you need to understand that you're not helpless financially, you're not helpless spiritually, you're not helpless mentally. You just have to take control of your life. You have to take responsibility of your life and stop waiting for something outside of you to save you. I know that's different from that religious teaching that we have been taught. And this is kind of foreign to a lot of people, that it's something outside of us that's coming to save us. And we have to recognize that it's not coming from outside of us. We were already the savior of ourselves. I know, oh, Jesus saved me. Oh my God. You are the savior of yourself. You're going to keep waiting on something and you're going to keep drowning. I guess what brought this home to me was actually the TSA situation. Just blatantly clear that they could not save themselves. They didn't understand the power they had, that if they would have walked off the job, if they would have held a strike for 1 day, 1 hour, if they would have held strikes in different locations, they could demonstrate that they have the power to be part of the conversation. I want to say me putting that out in the consciousness field, I did a video about it. I posted it on TikTok and Instagram, and now it seems to be resolved. So sometimes just putting things out in the conscious field, right, may be enough just to shake up the system. Maybe just putting it out there is enough to let them know, you know, that you true to this. You're messing with the wrong people. That some of us have some abilities and gifts that surpasses what you think you have. But we're going to explore it more and we're going to discuss it more. So again, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, set your notification. When I post it, let me know you're going to join with us and we're going to have some more deeper conversations. So I hope some of this resonates with you in your life journey, that it helps you in some kind of way. If you just tuned in, please rewind the video, check out the whole video. Like and subscribe this. I love it that a lot of people are watching afterwards, right? We get people coming through, but a lot of people go back and check it out. I can see from the views. I am totally honored and thankful for that, because I am truly trying to help people raise their consciousness and become their true selves, to be their soul sovereignty self. All right. So I'm going to let you guys go for the day, as they like to say when they want to leave. I'm going to let you go. Right. But I want to thank you. I am honored. I appreciate it. I want to wish everyone love, light, health, and wellness in their life journey. You guys have a great day.